Hello everyone and welcome to I'm your data scientist.com. This is Yogi speaking. So in this tutorial I will be looking at how to access your metadata of Linux system. So to create EC2 Linux, Amazon Linux AMI. You know how to create EC2 instance on AWS. I'll just quickly run through this. Free tire, select any EC2 instance, make sure this is T2 micro is selected. And let's say enabled. So that this gives a public IP address. It will just pick next available IP address and assign it to this instance. And let's click add storage. We don't add storage. 8 GB is more than enough for this tutorial. Then say add tag. I would say type. I'll just say tutorial on access metadata and DA configuration, and again I'll use the existing security groups, which has my IP address here, my PC IP address, that is. Then click review and launch. Make sure all this looks okay to me. Click launch, and yes, using existing key pair, acknowledge that I have access to the selected private key file. Launch instance, view instance, and again it's gonna take a couple of minutes. So now it's initializing the instance, and the instance state is pending. So once that is all done, I'll come back to this tutorial again. Welcome back. It was before it's initializing. Now it's done to running, and the status check should have 2 tick marks. So that means that the status instance is now up and running. So if you want to see your instance details, this is what you want really. So we want this public DNS. You can use public DNS, or you can use IPv4 public IP address. So it is still running at the moment, so it's not confirmed yet. It's not ready yet. So let me just refresh. But yeah, the way you connect is before it's ready here. Just to give you quick info how to access is using Partition, because I'm using Windows machine to access Linux. So this is one way of accessing Linux on Windows. So I'll use EC2 user. This is default user for accessing Amazon AMI, Linux AMI, that is. SSH author, go to and wait until this is running, then we'll click open. That should connect to our instance. Let me just refresh. It's taking quite longer than expected. So this has finished running. So it's got can say 2 checks, 2 out of 2 checks. So that means the instance is up and running. So what we have to do is just click open and say click if you click yes. Okay. Yeah, I know why that is, because I said EC2, I said EC2 user at that, then author, then click open. There you go. So now the first command it's asking you to run is the sudo yum update y. So it's going to update all the packages, all the necessary packages. Once that is done, what we will do is we will access metadata. So the way you access metadata of EC2 instance is to type, or Linux instance is to type curl http then 169.254.169.245 slash latest / meta data. See what we get. Okay, so there's something missing. Okay, I can already see there's, I forgot to put 2 4/, here 2. Okay, so this is what metadata looks like. So if I was to type AMIID, so if I was to say AMI-ID, it's going to give me the ID of that AMI. So let's try another one, say MAC, MAC. Okay, so it's giving me this MAC address. So if I was to say give me local host, let's make it white so you can see. So if I was to say host name, so this is its host name, and let's say if you want to know security groups, what security groups it's using, so you would say security groups. Okay, so you see it's using EC2 security group. Remember the one we selected when it was asking us to use whether to create security group or not. Then we said no, there is existing security groups I want to use. Let's check public IPv4. So it's a, let's see if I can copy this. Copy, oops. Go. And this is the IP of this instance. And let's say public keys. What do we get for public keys? Public keys. Okay, so this is what it's giving for public keys. is going back to its EC2 instance. And what about, is there any uh, other metadata we can use? So like, for example, events, it has another folder. So the forward slash means it's got another folder within that. So say slash events, and you could say just an events, and there you go. It's saying it's not found. It's just it's trying to catch any events that has happened or not. But you see the point that you can um, check its metadata of the instance, which is very useful when it comes to API and all that stuff. So hope you have enjoyed this tutorial. In next tutorial, what we'll be looking at is how to launch an encrypted volume, then detach a boot drive and reattach to another instance. So that's kind of long process. So that's why I thought to let me record that as a different session. So hope you have enjoyed this tutorial. This is Amir, data scientist, Yogesh signing. Thank you very much for watching this tutorial. Thank you.